This morning, multiple law enforcement agencies issued statements regarding a non-credible school threat that made the rounds on social media. KSBY News reporter Jacob Dizon has more on how police determine whether such posts are legitimate.
You may have come across ambiguous social media posts like this before, making vague threats of violence on a school campus. Sergeant Felix Diaz with the Santa Maria Police Department tells me his team comes across these posts every so often, adding that careful measures are taken to determine the validity of the claims. Early Friday morning, this screenshot was reposted several times across local social media threads, where the anonymous poster claimed they would be taking weapons to school on September 15th and opening fire.
We immediately jumped on and started trying to figure out where the initial thread came from.
And though the screenshot did not mention a particular location nor a local school where the threat was intended, its circulation on social media was enough to raise concerns in Santa Maria.
It's very alarming, especially if you have a student or someone that you know that attends these schools, because even if it is a threat, you want to treat it as that it's being serious.
Sergeant Diaz tells me since the post was shared on social media just hours before school started Friday, the department looked further into the matter and determined the post was uncredible and originally posted by someone out of San Antonio, Texas.
We'll evaluate it as it comes in and kind of again try to track down exactly where it came from. If it's somebody local, immediately jumping on locating where they are in the city and make contact with them to see if there is any sort of credible threat to it.
Just a few months ago, Eden Garcia and her classmates went on lockdown after a firearm was recovered on campus. That's why she feels any threat should be investigated thoroughly.
My little brother goes here, so it's scary to be oh my God, I don't want anything to happen to him or to some of the other students that go here that I know, and it does put you on ease, okay, no, they're no longer in a danger of this happening, but it's still like that. But what if it was true?
And while this most recent social media threat was found to be uncredible, Sergeant Diaz tells me it's a good reminder for parents to stay aware of what their children are viewing and posting online.
Just be vigilant of your kids' social media. If they see something, teaching them to say something if they see a kid making any sort of threats on social media towards their school or things of that nature. Like I said, we got to work as a community to put a quash to these threats as soon as possible and make sure nobody gets hurt.
In Santa Maria, Jacob Dizon, KSBY News.
The Paso Robles Police Department also released a statement this morning debunking the social media thread, advising people in the community to report it to law enforcement instead of continuing to share it on social media.